YouTube viewers, it's Cynthia Michael from Screen Productions, bringing you a new podcast from my channel called The Secret Sentai Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I will try to do my best not to breathe your heart during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, before I get into anything else, I'd like to say sorry for the late debut, cause I was in DC for the weekend, hanging out with my brother who was in the ring. So basically, in case you guys are wondering, why didn't I get this podcast Monday? Because I told you guys with the comments in the comment section that I'll be in DC for the holiday weekend. Spending time with my brother who is a Marine. So anyway, and finally, this podcast will contain with some adult language. If you're under 18, this podcast will contain some adult language. So anyway, with that and the explanation why I didn't did this review Monday, let's get into the latest episode of Let's get into the latest episode of Lifted Gentai vs. Patranger, episode 16. So basically, we start off at the Global Police Headquarters. We see Commissioner Hilltop. We see the Patrangers and their robot assistants in Carter. Staying at a body chase for this gang bridge monster that got destroyed in the previous episode when Patranger got the crane trigger machine sword. So basically, the Patranger, Jim Carter, and Commissioner Hilltop are studying this leftover. We're studying this body chase for a fallen Gangwich monster. So basically, they came to the conclusion that this is the main core. Those studying, trying to using this to study the Gangwich monster to get a better idea to destroy them. Sorry, I have a stuffy nose. Sorry, if I sound different, I have a stuffy nose. Anyway, the Patrangers, their boss, and their robot assistant was like, we're studying what's left of a Gangwich monster's body shell, to study it, and therefore find infected more sophisticated ways to take down a Gangwich monster while doing all the collateral, and also trying to find a way to stop them from being grown and also to stop them to become bigger after the body stage is the only thing left. So anyway, meanwhile, we see the Lupinranger out shopping for the restaurant. So basically, that's when they call. So basically, they're heading back to the restaurant with their groceries until a Gangwich monster named Switcher, he showed up and started attacking the people. Turns out his lifting idol gave him the ability to shoot energy balls. I'm not kidding you. His lifting idol, the Switcher's lifting idol gave him the ability to shoot energy balls. So anyway, basically the Lupinranger showed up and they morphed up and started to battle the Gangwich monster Switcher. So basically, Switcher showed him his true power. Turns out Switcher's true power, his Gangwich monster power, is that he can switch anybody's body. He can switch anybody's body if he wants to, and that includes himself. So basically, he switched Lifting Yellow's body for the pigeon. So basically, Lifting Yellow was switched, was inside the pigeon body, while the pigeon was inside her body. So basically, But lucky for the Lupinranger, Switcher is not a bright dude. So basically, they managed to trick Switcher to put back Listen Yellow's body back, put Listen Yellow back in her body. So basically, Switcher got mad because he got tricked by Listen Blue. So basically, he's going to switch Listen Blue into the pigeon body like he did Listen Yellow, but instead, it turns out the pigeon was Meredith careless, so therefore it bounced off the pigeon. Therefore, the Switcher had switched bodies with Listen Blue, and Listen Blue switched bodies with Switcher. So basically, Switcher was in Listen Blue body, and Switcher was in Listen Blue body, and Listen Blue was in Switcher body. So basically, when that happened, while in Listen Blue body, Switcher demorphed. So basically, that's when the Patrangers showed up and started to attack Listen Blue, who was stuck in Switcher's body, and he got away. So basically, before Switcher got away, he was about to, Switcher's body back. He was about to switch bodies back, but instead, he see how the Patrangers were doing, were roughing up his daughter. He said that I'll switch bodies back later. So anyway, So basically, the Patrangers did not know that Listen Blue had switched bodies with the Genghis Monster Switcher. So basically, with no choice, Listen Red and Listen Yellow had to defend Listen Blue, who was stuck in Switcher's body. So basically, it's like, what the hell? So basically, the Patranger is like, what the hell? You attacking the Genghis monster now? Like, and well, there's a whole complex explanation for this. So basically, he used that opportunity. So basically, the Lupinrangers used the opportunity to escape to the Patrangers. So anyway. Sorry, my nose is stuck up. Anyway, meanwhile, Switcher was kind of weird out being Listen Blue father until he bumped into the Skookers who wanted a picture, and also found him trapped inside Listen Blue's body. So basically, Switcher is taking advantage. So basically, Switcher is taking advantage of Listen Blue's body while the Lupinrangers took Listen Blue back to the restaurant in Switcher's body. So basically, Listen Blue tried to activate Switcher's body swap powers, but he couldn't. So basically, it turns out only Switcher can activate the body switch the body switch powers. So anyway, that's when they had a knock on the door. It turns out it was the Patranger. So basically, they hired Listen Blue, who was stuck in Switcher's body. So they under a blue format in the restaurant. So basically, the reason why the Patrangers stopped by the restaurant because they told that your friend who works here got attacked by a Genghis monster. So basically, that's the reason why the Patrangers stopped by the restaurant and the person told that your friend got attacked by a Genghis monster. So basically, I wanted to tell you guys that, and make sure he's right. So basically, lifting red and lifting yellow say, don't worry. He already told us this. So basically, he's out he's out doing more errands. So basically, he was okay. So basically, lifting red and lifting yellow was lying about about lifting blue being okay. So anyway, so basically, after a close call that the Patranger might find Mr. Boo inside Switch the Fire on the Boo tarmac, the Patrangers left, and the Lifting Rangers were relieved. So basically, outside the Patrangers they saw Switcher and Lifting Boo's body picking up schoolgirls. So basically, Pastor Pink was kind of disgusted that a man his age, man his age is picking up schoolgirls as young as they are. But Pastor Green was just trying to play it off too, trying to agree with Pastor Pink, but truly they're truly minded Lifting Blue, the minded sister who was inside Lifting Blue's body, picking up schoolgirls half his age. So anyway, so the rest of the Patrangers left. So basically, back at the restaurant, Lifting Yellow managed to open up the body switcher and got the lifter item that looks like a giant ball. So anyway, basically, Lifting Ray said, I'm going to find Switcher and get him to chase you guys back. So anyway, sorry, I got stuffy now. So anyway, Lifting Red started Switcher and Lifting Blue's body. So basically, Lifting Red said, confronted Switcher and told him that, you better fix you better, chase back you better get my kid's body right now, or else I will do. They'll have to use force. So basically, Switcher said, I most doubted that you're gonna harm your friend's body. So basically, Switcher called Lifting Red on his bluff. So basically, Switcher is like, I know you couldn't harm your friend's body. So basically, I'm gonna use your friend's body to steal stuff. So basically, Lifting Blue beat the crap out of Switcher used Lifting Blue's body and his morpher to morph up into his regular form and beat the crap out of Lifting Red. So basically, and he got away. So anyway, back at the restaurant, Lifting Red told the situation about, I couldn't told him the whole situation that went down. So basically, Lifting Bruce to understand why he didn't understand why, but still he said that no matter what, we need to do what's necessary. So basically, no matter what, we need to get my body back and my piece of lifting collection back. Therefore, we can make our wish and bring our back our loved one. So anyway, basically, Lifting Red and Lifting Blue were back on the same page. So basically, the next day, they tracked down Switcher, the Gangless monster, who was inside Lifting Blue's body, and Lifting Red said, I'll challenge you to a fair duel. So basically, they had the lifter item in their possession as well. So basically, Lifting Red challenged the Switcher to a duel, into a Lifting Ranger duel. So anyway, So basically, after a 2-minute fight scene between Tricker, who was inside lifting Blue's body, and lifting Red, lifting Red managed to force Tricker to demorph from lifting Blue's Ranger form. So anyway. Lifting Red held the gun towards Lifting Blue's body, who's hold the gun to Lifting Blue's body, who Tricker was inside. He said that I will shoot Lifting, I will kill you inside Lifting Blue's body if you don't change back into if you don't leave his body right now. So basically, Tricker was like, you're bluffing. So basically, he counted down 1, 2, 3, and he pressed his first change the gun trigger, and Stricker, changed, went back to his body, and Lifting Blue went back to his body. So basically, Stricker, it turned out it was a trick by Lifting Red. So basically, he didn't really shoot Lifting Red out of Lifting Blue's body. Turns out he managed to fake the whole situation. So anyway, basically, Lifting Blue is back in his body, and the Dangerous Monster Stricker is back in his body. So basically, working together as a team, they used the Good Striker and the scissor firefighter weapon to take down the Dangerous Monster Stricker once and for all. But as usual, Goth showed up, and God showed up, and used her lifting items to make such a glow and whatnot. So basically, the lifting ladies used the Good Striker and used the Cyclone Dive Fighter Droid and the Scissor Dive Fighter Droid to destroy the giant size Switcher Dangerous Monster, and the day was saved. So basically, they used the power they used the listing type Megazord and used the 2 Fireflies being the helicopter Dive and the scissor Dive to take down the giant size Switcher Dangerous Monster. So basically, meanwhile back at back at the restaurant, we see the Patrangers having lunch at the restaurant, and Patrick Pink was having a conversation with Lifting Blue about, I showed you the other day, flirt with those little schoolgirls and whatnot. You should be ashamed of yourself. So basically, turns out Lifting Blue was not aware that that the Dangerous Monster Stricker was using his bodies to pick up young schoolgirls. So basically, he was like, had no choice but to apologize for his behavior, when Stricker had his body. So basically, he apologized to Pat the Pig about picking up the schoolgirl, even though that was not him, that was Fisher. So basically, this is how the episode ended. So anyway, this episode was not bad. So anyway, this was a good episode. So anyway, like always, and Cynthia Michael, sign off. Go on.